Hey everyone, this is Rehema Stevens, the Edutainer. And hey, first of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been watching my videos. And for those of you who have been commenting, thank you so much. It means the world to me that the material and content that I'm presenting via these videos are really being a blessing to you. And more importantly, that you're using the strategies and tools I'm suggesting and you're starting to see some positive results. And so that means the world to me. My prayer is that what God has called me to do and inspiring and motivating and educating is really taking place. And what a platform through YouTube to be able to do that. And so I thank God that these videos have been a blessing to you. And those of you who have yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And you too can be the first in getting the latest and greatest in edutainment fresh off the presses. As I upload a video, you'll actually get a notification that I have a new video and you can be the first to be blessed by it. So thank you again for your support. And so without further ado, I want to talk about change. Many people struggle with making changes in their life. You know that change is going to be good for you, but it doesn't make it any easier nonetheless. I want you to know the reason why it's not easy is because we're creatures of habit. You know, we get in routines, and obviously when those routines there's some change to that routine, we get a little uneasy and we get thrown off balance because we want to really be comfortable. And so I want to give you a couple tips on how you can really be successful in following through with that change. We talked about follow through in the last video, how you can follow through with making those positive changes you know you need to make in your life. And first of all, if you really want to follow through and you really want to be successful at creating that change and leaving some of those bad habits behind, you first must believe in your heart and in your mind that the change that you're making for yourself or creating for yourself is for your good. And I know that sounds kind of like, duh, Rehema, we know that it's going to be for our good. That's why we're doing it. But here's the thing. I know for a fact, because I've gone through some serious changes in my own life, that you get partway down the road to change, and then you literally start to second guess some of your decision to make that change. And so when that happens, you have to remind yourself, and you may have to remind yourself more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times. You need to be committed to reminding yourself that this change is for my good. The changes I'm making is for my good. And I literally had to go through that process. When I wrote this book, I wrote a book. I was going through some changes in my own life, and I wrote a book called Change Begins With Me. My change, a lot of times you can't change people and you can't change your circumstances right away. So what do you have to do? What do I have to work with? Is you. You can change your perspective and you can literally change your circumstances, but it literally, change begins with you. And so you must believe that change that you're making is for your good. And you have to be so focused on reminding yourself more than once, more than twice sometimes, as you go through that process. And so I have a little a routine that I go through as I'm going through my own personal changes in life. And you got to plan for it. Change, you have to plan for change. I know you're like, oh God, if she talks about planning one more time, but it's a part of life. If you really want to be successful in anything, planning is part of the process. And so change is no different. You need to plan for it. And so I have a who, what, when, why, and how to your change. Now we all know what that who and or what is. Typically it's a who and a what. When it comes to the changes in our life, who do we need to dismiss from our life to make the change? And yes, I said it. We all know there's some people we need to dismiss and say, you know what, this is not working for me, gotta go, in order to make those positive changes. And then there are some whats that we need to release, some whats that we have become attached to that we know are no longer positive. It never has been positive in our life, and we need to make those changes. We need to get those out of our life. So the who and the what needs to be acknowledged. You need to be clear. You need to be honest with yourself about who and that what, so that you can make those changes. And then when. When do I create the change? For some of us, that when is right now. So don't delay, don't wait, because I'm going to be honest with you. The longer you delay in making this change, the less likely you are to do it. And so for some of us, we need to get busy today. create our plan, eliminate the who, eliminate the what that we know is no longer positive in our life, so we can move forward and create the change we know we need to make. And then also there's that why. Why am I creating this change? Why am I dismissing the who and the what? And so when you've established that why, there becomes a very strong catalyst in pushing you toward that change that you need to make. And so your why becomes the reason why, becomes the reason that you are doing it. So you need to establish that. And then how. The how is your written plan. The how is I'm changing my phone number. I know that seems drastic, but for some of us, it may be what we need to do. The how becomes turning off the television during the day or during the evening and doing what we know we need to do. The how becomes canceling my Facebook or Twitter if I know it's becoming a hindrance to my positive progress. And on some of these you're going to be like, oh God, but you know what? If you really want change, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're going to do what you need to do. So I hope that that has been helpful to you. Again, change is not easy, but change is good. If you've got a plan, it makes it that much easier to do and to implement. Stay focused on what it is you need to do. I know that you want to live your best life, and I'm praying for you. And so this is Rehema Stevens, the Edutainer. And until next time, God bless.